How's it going, guys? We are back on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and you wouldn't believe it. After my summoning session for Gamma 1 and 2, this happened. So I did manage to pull Gamma 1 with only 2 more multis, and if you're a legend and caught our video, you know that we did also manage to pull Gamma 2, and also with a dupe as well, so that's not bad. So in this video we're going to be testing them out, and what better event but the Cell Max event to try them out, which also does lean towards them a little bit. Before we get into the fight, let's have a little look at the news, because there is some update to the Cell Max event. One of the reasons we're starting off on this event, we may go into further ones later on, but there is also now advantageous characters, and you wouldn't believe it's Gamma 1 and 2, so they're going to look really good in this video. And as a side note as well, characters from the special pose or artificial light form categories can also gain advantage against Cell Max, and that is primarily because of the missions, which we're also going to try and complete in this video. And if we do complete some, we could possibly do some summons towards the end, so make sure not to go anywhere with that. So we've got to complete it in 8 turns, complete it without using support item, and also complete it using 6 special pose category allies and then 6 artificial life forms. Alright then, guys, so here's the team they're going to be jumping in with, and it is entirely a special pose category team to try and complete those missions. We do have a Senzu support item, but hopefully we won't have to use him and complete that mission as well. We won't take a support memory in to get that true no item sort of run. We have managed to find a 69% friend for Gamma 2 as well to suit the whole team, because he is the one out of Gamma 1s and 2s that actually supports the special pose category. Just before we jump into the fight then, let's have a little look at Gamma 1 and 2. Starting off with Gamma 1, who does have a lead skill for movie heroes and artificial light forms, and then additional 30% for HP attack and defense if they fit in accelerated battle or worthy rivals. He does raise attack and defense for 1 turn on his super, causes immense damage, and he does have a massive book of a passive, so I'll keep that on screen, you can pause it or what have you, but basically guards all attacks for 4 turns from the start of the turn, gets all these other buffs and all this sort of stuff, and the more attacks that he gets hit, or the more attacks he receives, the more additional buffs he gets, being attack and defense plus 20%, up to 100%, and he also gets reduced damage by 10% up to 50%, and he also has a great chance of evading unarmed super attacks directed at the character and countering with tremendous power as well. So he does have a couple of half decent links, but I've not used him in any stories or anything like that, so he is all link level 1 for the purpose of this video, and there's his teams as well. Let's have a little look at Gamma 2. So looking at Gamma 2 then, ever so slightly the leader skill does change. So we've got movie heroes once again, and androids and special pose. So he does have more categories, but they are more restricted categories, if that makes sense. He gets an additional HP attack and defense plus 30% if once again in the accelerated battle or worthy rivals category. The super attack is basically the same, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, but the passive does differ ever so slightly. Once again, if you want to pause the video and read through that, feel free to do it, but he basically gets loads of additional attacks with his passive, with the possibility of them being super attacks, and the more attacks that he gets, similarly to Gamma 1 with the more attacks he receives, this is the more attacks that he does. He'll raise his, basically he'll get the full passive, raising it, attack and defense plus 20% up to 100%, and he also has a high chance of nullifying Ki Blast super attacks directed at the character, which is quite handy as well. So like I said, this is the team that we're going to jump in with. Without further ado, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, guys, and let's see how many of these challenges we can get done, and hopefully we can complete it in the first run. Let's go. Let's see it at the very least. Okay, jumping into Cell Max. So, let's make sure auto battle is off. It is. So, like I said, they've got a huge boost, the two Gammas, in all of this. So, I'm imagining we do fly through it a little bit easier than maybe before when all these boosts did come out. But we'll see how we do anyway. So, I'm going to put Gamma 1 at the front there so we can start getting him some attacks. Gamma 2, you will start attacking as well. It's nice that we've got them together on the same rotation, actually. And let's just give you those and start raising a Dokkan attack, I guess. But let's see how we do. Remember, Cell Max at one time, very recently, was the hardest content you could actually come across on Dokkan. And it's pretty much only like 1 or 2 teams that could beat it. So let's see how well we do here. We are raising attack and defense the more that we get hit with Gamma 1. And we're doing the same with Gamma 2, the more attacks that we get off. I'm interested to see how much this buff actually changes it. So, Gamma 1 and 2 finish the first round off all by themselves. Okie dokie. Right, so the group attacks are there. For the purposes of this, how much defense has he got? You know what, I'll risk it. I think it will be okay, because we get the additional boosts. Granted, they're not 200% leads for the Ginyu Force, only 170 being on special pose, but they do get the additional boost for being in the special pose category. So we'll see how we do here. Let's just give you that. And let's give you that. Actually, I should have given Ginyu a lot more orbs. It probably would have been a lot better, but hopefully you can get loads of additionals. If he was going to super anyone, I guess these would be the best. Raise that attack and defense. These guys are just an absolute tank, although in this particular event, before the additional boost for the special pose, they could actually take a fair bit of damage in the last stage, so we'll see. As we probably already know with Cell Max, it's generally the first 2 stages are pretty easy with not or minimal issues. And then you go into the last stage, and that's where it can just super you for like 600k. So hopefully we do okay when we get to the last stage. Like I said, we've got the Center Beam just in case, but I don't really want to use any items if I don't have to. So if no damage there, absolutely fine. I don't know what I was worried about. I was thinking this is almost like the Broly session. Actually, to somewhat try the Gamma 1 too, the only thing I have done, I did go 1 run on with Broly, and I managed to no item it with no issues at all. And Gamma 1 and 2 didn't actually have the boost in that. So, pretty impressive. Right, so we are on turn 3. So he's still got his guard active. So we'll do that. And then we're going to do this. So this is pretty much the last stage. So let's see how we do, I guess. Let's go. Right, unarmed, no counter. We've got our guard active. That's a lot of damage. 490k. Oh my days. We may have to use that Senzu Beam just to get the missions done, basically. Right, that was a lot of damage, but bearing in mind, God Goku does take roughly about 300k himself, and he's got reduced damage by 80%. So it's not overly that bad, but I need these guys to get loads and loads of supers to make sure that they don't take any damage here. There is another one. Like I said, mine does have 1 dupe, so you can possibly get crits as well. I think I rotated the friend off. Let's see. Okay. I'm just interested to see how much he'll take, because bear in mind he does have all this boost and stuff, and he's had 3 supers, bearing in mind, 3 supers. But he has got type disadvantage against Cell Max. And another normal. Okay, 52k. Right, let's get back to the last stage and see if we can do it again. I think this might be the end, actually, but if not... Oh my god, that was so much damage! Right, okay, so they're taking about 30k now, which isn't the worst, after a super at the very least. I want this guy to take as much do as many supers as possible, so he takes next to no damage. That's not a super. Neither's that. Oh, come on now. There's another super. He's definitely attacked the most amount of turns that he needs to, I think. Okay. Right, okay, so we're taking this. Fantastic. How much does this do? What? Okay, so we're actually here on a different day and also with a different team. So I've just gone for the movie hero setup so we can complete it hopefully within 8 missions. And so far we're on track to complete it with no support items, and we haven't got any support memories or anything like that. So we've got the revive if we need it with the Goku. I'm going to use your active skill. Do a bit of damage there. Maybe I've used that already. Actually, options. Let's just make sure. So we've got once per day. Get active skill. There you go. So we'll get to see this. Oh, let's put you in the middle slot. Make sure you get everything you need. So we'll cancel one of his first actions. You can't really see Goku because Cell Max is massive. So we'll cancel one of his first actions. Hopefully Goku can tank at least one hit. And then we'll do a bit of damage to the gods. Hopefully they'll dodge, and then it'll be Gamma 1 at the end. Hopefully they'll end up kicking off that revive. In the next rotation we've got the 2 Gammas, and it looks like we've got Pycon as well, so we can actually cancel. Okay, let's put you there. Give you that. So we can give you these orbs, 2 rainbow orbs, so chance of dodge in there, and we'll give you those. So we're not going to die this round at the very least. We know that. Okay, fantastic. Well, we got the revive off and we did a bit of damage, I guess. I was hoping to get more attacks off, if I was completely honest, but hey ho, I guess that didn't work out that way. But we've got both Gammas now, and I think with Pycon we should be able to basically go such the turn and not worry about taking any damage, and we can work on trying to heal some damage back, I guess. But I'm hoping the 2 Gammas can just finish it off basically. Okay, yep, Goku's looking mean. Right, so we do have it with Pycon, so let's use that. Get that off as well. I gotta check what turn we're on actually. I think we're on like 5 or 6. Maybe even 6 or 7. We're on 6, right. So let's do that. Let's do this. And then Pycon, I guess you can just have those. Gives your support as well. And hopefully we just do a lot of damage here. Here's open at the very least. Okay, Gamma 2, you need lots and lots of criticals. If he keeps getting criticals, we could win here, but he needs to get those criticals. There's 1. There's 2, but on a normal. Really? Is that the only amount of attacks? That's really unlucky that you only got that many attacks off Gamma 2 there. Oh, that's really unlucky. Okay, let's do this. This. And this. I feel like this is going to be the last turn here. We will see. It's not even worth doing a Senzu Bean. It's on turn 7, so you need to complete it within 8 turns, I believe. So this is the last turn. Hopefully the gods can just show out, but mine's only 55%, I would say that, so we will see. No, it's not going to do it, is it? Not going to do it, are they? best setup, but we got really unlucky with those additionals with Gamma 2 and things. Oop, there's a dodge. That's a lot of damage. And there's a dodge. Okay, Goku. Does have his guard active, I believe. Hold up, yeah. Really? Gonna have to do that, unfortunately. I think this is a loss. I think this is a loss. Just because Gamma 2 didn't get any more additionals. Just don't super in these next 2 slots. Oh! Hang on, actually. I think this is the 8th turn. So, at the very least, we've completed it with no support item. Was it within 8 turns? Let's see. And let's see the timing as well, because I've just been working on that off camera. I am happy that we finally managed to complete it, though, because don't get me wrong, Gamma 1 and 2 were showing out. It was just the rest of the rotation really wasn't doing great for special pose. But I will work on that, though. Let's go into the missions. So yeah, we completed it within 8 turns and also without using support item. So what we've got left is completed with special pose and also artificial life forms. If you guys do want to see that, make sure to hit that like button. And I did promise all of you a summon as well, so we may as well jump in. And if we pull one of them, it might make the other missions a bit easier. But overall, looking at them, bearing in mind Cell Max, the hardest event in the game, and yes, okay, they do have boosts and things like that, but they're looking pretty good, and they do make it a lot quicker. Ooh, we got a bit of a motley crew here. Nothing too crazy. We are going Super Saiyan. The only thing that I saw out of that I was interested in was a Whis, to be honest. Okay, and we've got Super Saiyan 2. No Whis animation, but we already had that in that other summons. If you missed that, make sure to go check that one out, because it was fire. Right, okay. Krillin, Cooler, Raccoon. This is looking like a bit of a dead multi, if I be honest. Android 19 and a Super Saiyan 3 Goku I don't need, so that was a bit of a dead multi, if I be honest. Okay, so now that we completed the Cell Max event and had our summon as well, we're going to take a look at Gamma 1 and 2 in the Red Zone Broly event to see how they do without having any additional buffs and things like that through the events. Now I would say, as you can probably see from the screen, I have actually cleared this with the Gamma 1 and 2 previously. It was the first run that I did just to try them out, and we went through no items at all. So hopefully we can replicate that. And I would say as well, off screen, because it is a couple of days later, I have boosted their link skills a little bit, so we'll be seeing them a little bit more improved. So we've got about 4, 5, 6s across the board for both Gamma 2 and Gamma 1 as well. So let's jump into it. Hopefully we replicate the no item run, and let's go. Okay, so jumping into it then, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, because we're having a proper look at the Gamma 1 and 2, but I'm really excited to have Dragon Ball superhero characters in the game, basically. If you are liking the proper, you know, looks at the sort of characters and all that sort of stuff, like I said, hit that like button, show me that you are enjoying the content. Right, so let's start. We haven't got the Gammas to start us off. Got pretty bad rotations, actually. What I'm going to do is this, drop down those green orbs, so let's do that. So we can start boosting up that Goku, and I guess we'll just do this. Yeah, pretty bad rotation start us off, but I'm sure we can get them all back around. We're not aiming for any missions or anything like that, so it doesn't matter how many turns we do it in or anything along those sort of lines. What we really want to see is how well Gamma 1 and 2 do on this stage. Because like I said, Cell Max is the hardest stage in the game, but now that you've got extra boosts and special characters you can use on it and things like that, it does make it a bit easier. So let me know down in the comments, which do you think's now the hardest event? This Broly event or the Cell Max event? Let me know down in the comments. Personally, for me, I think it's now this Broly event, because there's no extra boosts or anything like that along this stage, and it can still really get you. I mean, we're on the first stage, we're taking 68k. Granted, they could have boosted their defense a little bit more, but you know what I mean. Right, okay, I'm going to keep mine on... yeah. Let's do this, actually, because this one will end up being the one on main rotation. So we will give you that. We'll give Ginyu these. At least we'll get it stacked a little bit here. And we'll do this. I can't imagine Broly actually getting past this stage. He's also steeled, so bear that in mind. 19k. Okay, it is what it is, but he hasn't had a chance to stack yet. Remember, the more attacks that this guy does, the more boosts he gets. I think it's attack and defense plus 20% each attack that he does. So the more that you get, the better the better he'll be. And that is up to 100%, I believe. So we want the most attacks off for both of these. And we want our Gamma 1 to take a couple of attacks as well before his guards lifts on turn 5. Right. Captain Ginyu, we don't really have to say anything about him. We just want him to get loads of supers off, raise that defense as much as possible, and we'll go from there, basically. Okay, there we go. Very nice. I do not want you to finish him off, though. I want that Gamma 2 to have a couple of attacks, please, Ginyu. Thank you. He's probably going to finish him off with one attack, but at least he gets one off. That's a start. Right, okay. Cool. I've got to say, these animations are absolutely unreal. That turn when he's getting it, powering up his gun, absolutely unreal. Right. So we've got the Extreme Tech stage here. We've got our Gamma 1. I'm actually going to do this. And then we will do that. Yes, we want Goku to be hit a little bit, but we want that Gamma 1 to be hit as well. I kind of want these two on rotation together, see? That's the reason I've done this. So we'll rotate off the Gamma 1. He will join up with a Gamma 2 at some point. It's just unfortunately we can't get a lot of attacks off against him, or receive a lot of attacks to really stack him up. We're not going to take any damage here though, because this God Goku is absolutely unreal. Since all these excuse me, since all these absolutely like unreal events have come around, this God Goku has really shone through, because they're all movies basically. He gets so much damage reduction against movies, is unreal. I think it goes up to like 70 or 80%. But think about it, you've got the Red Zone, which are all movies basically, one side of them. But the hardest stage being Broly, and then you've got the new Cell Max stage. Like, yeah, he is just absolutely unreal. Okay. I'm going to do... What sort of defenses are we looking at? Not too bad, actually, from Gamma 2 there. So let's... I think I'm going to do this and rotate out Ginyu. Just so we can save up as much health as possible. Let's do that. Okay, these rotations are absolutely horrendous, so I may actually end up jumping back in just to get some good rotations, start us off well. But we'll see anyway, we'll see how this one goes. Okay, they're getting a double super, which is so-so. Raise their defense a bit, I guess. Don't want to get any dodges in, no. Fantastic. I mean, that's the whole purpose of that unit, is basically for dodging. And when I was doing the Cell Max runs as well with special pose, like I said, I might do that in a different video, because it was a lot harder than I was expecting, actually. And those guys were just, yeah, they weren't doing what they were supposed to be honest. So I lost a couple of games just purely because of that. Right. Okay. Gamma 2 really showing out here, with his crits as well, doing a fair amount of damage. His defense should be pretty stacked here, because remember, even though he gets loads of additionals, he's still going. He raises attack and defense on super as well, so he's probably fully stacked, if I be honest, because I'm pretty sure this is the one that had a load of attacks to start off with. He's still going, this is what's unreal about Gamma 2. Let me know who you think's better down below, Gamma 1 or 2. I think I asked it earlier, but just to double check. In my personal opinion, Gamma 2's absolutely unreal, but they are for different reasons. I mean, Gamma 1's more the first slot unit, and then Gamma 2's more the second slot unit, and Gamma 2 really shines in that. Just look at the amount of attacks we just did then. Absolutely unreal. If we had type advantage, it'd be just destroyed and decimated. Right, okay, so we are moving on to the next stage here. And this is the AoE stage. Have we got our guard active with Goku? We do. Okay. Let's do this. So we can do that, I guess. And then we're going to do... Yeah, let's do that. And let's do this. Even if he does the AoE, we should be okay here. So AoE, first thing, of course. The only one I'm really worried about is Goku, because he hasn't had a lot of attacks or anything to stack up. That was a lot of damage, but there we go. We've also got the nullification from Gamma 2, which we didn't really see any nullifications against Cell Max. I think we got a bit unlucky there, even with Gamma 1, but Gamma 2 does have that nullification. Do remember that against Key Blast, basically. Right, so this Goku really didn't stack, so that's why we took a fair bit of damage there with him. If we can survive the next attack, though, or the next round. Okay, an additional, thank you. Then we'll get our revive off, basically, if we survive the next round. Gamma 2 is could actually finish this. Has the potential. Depends on how many additional supers he does, really. Oh, does he have the potential? Maybe not. Maybe I was overestimating him there. Remember, these are only like 55/69% units. They're not rainbow starred or anything crazy like that. And they're showing out, if I be honest. Okay. Finally, we've got some rotations here. So, turn 6, so we don't have our guard active with Gamma 1. He hasn't really taken many attacks either. To really build himself up, but let's do this actually, so we can focus on some heals as much as possible, and go from there. Right, so he's raising his attack, defense, and also that damage reduction as well. Okay, so that's 4 attacks. He's got a maximum of 5 before he's fully built up. So one more attack, he should be fully built up, basically. I should be able to tank quite a lot then. Okay, so Gamma 2 finishing it off there. We're going to get our revive now as well. So let's do... Do I use either of those now? If I use the Ginyu one, I'm not using Ginyu because we'll get extra health and I can use that for later. Is it worth using yours? I'm just going to make sure that play once per day, because we've already seen it, I believe. So let's do that. Okay, nice bit of damage there. We're going to give you those, so we can give you as many of those tech orbs as we can. Get some heal backs. Still got the revival going. I thought for a second we might not. Yes, let's do that as well. Okay. Great, so there's a super to start off with, but God Goku is there. Hopefully he can tank some of this. Probably will, actually. No problems at all. 6K, absolutely fine. So we'll do a fair bit of damage here against him, and if someone like Captain Ginyu possibly does die, we'll get the revive off, which is in really good standing then. Right. Okay. Nice bit of damage. And an additional super as well, so I'll take that. Just an extra bit of chip damage, really. Is it really chip? Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of chip, to be honest. Okay. Captain Ginyu. Raising that defense the more supers he gets. And my Captain Ginyu now is 79%, so yes, he can get criticals. Only one super. Ah, I thought for a second then he only got one super, but yeah. The banner, what was the banner he came out on? Was it the Pan one? I can't remember whose banner it was, but very recently came out, and I just used my coins to get him. That's why I don't have a lot of coins. Tanking for double digits there, Captain Ginyu, but can you tank this? Hopefully not, so we get the revive off. No, he can't, so let's get that revive off. Very nice. Going up to 59%. We have already seen this, but unfortunately it's playing again. So we'll go up to 59% health, so if we can stay above 60, at least we'll have... Well, I suppose we've got our guard with Goku anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that aspect. Cool. Birdcoo doing his thing. Going at it. Okay, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the longer video as well for a proper in-depth look, but I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but I'm having a good amount of fun with these gammas, if I be honest. Right, let's do that, then this. Hopefully that Gamma 2 can tank that one at the start. 70k. It's not the worst. Once again, we're hoping for lots of additionals, basically. Crits, additionals, all that sort of good stuff. Cool. Very nice. We do want as many additionals, like I said, just to raise that defense in case Broly does super or something like that. We'll see how much we can take. Okay, double digits pretty much now. No super from Broly yet. Is he going to super this guy? Because I think he's up to his 40, maybe even 50% damage reduction. Raises his attack and defense there with his super. He is supering in. I'm interested to see how much he takes, actually. I think we've lost it, but I'm interested to see how much he takes. $400k? Eh. Alright then guys, we're back for one more try, because I forgot with Red Zone, you've only got 3 tries a day, haven't you? And I went in and came back out because I had a bad rotation, long story short. Right, so we are here, and also we've got Gamma 2 at the start there. Hopefully he doesn't take too much damage. Let's do that, and then you 2 there. I was surprised that Gamma 1 type disadvantage only took that much damage, mine, from that super earlier on as well. Gamma 2, bearing in mind, does also have nullification against Broly's super, so if he does super here, or somewhere here, we should be okay. Okay, additional super. Just don't super Gamma 1, because we'll definitely finish off again, and then we'll finish off the video nonetheless. Okay. He's going to super Gamma 1 again, isn't he? Nope, he didn't. He supered there. Okay, there you go. So we got the nullification off as well. Pity we couldn't see the counters from Gamma 1 throughout this video, but shows how much rarer that is in comparison to Gamma 2s, I guess, against the hardest sort of content. And these guys just need a dodge. Please just dodge. So we're quite low in health, I would say. Okay. Okay. Okay, they're just super in forever. At least they're raising their defense, I guess. Oh, well, they got rid of it, but at least we saw all the good stuff from the Gammas anyway. I'm gutted that I didn't actually film the one that I completed it with, but if I still got the photo, I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But nonetheless, I personally think the Gammas are pretty good. Like I said, bearing in mind, they're only, this guy's only 69%. Yeah, 69%, and this guy's only 55%, so they still showed out. Imagine having them at Rainbow, absolutely unreal. Let me know what your thoughts are on the gammas down below, and if you haven't already, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.